Hello class, my name is Diego Lopez and this week's presentation is called Carpet Bankruptcy. In this scenario, we're going to be working as a project manager for a general contractor. One of the subcontractors is raising some red flags. Some of those red flags are an unusual rate for a bond, which is much higher than normal. This is a 4% compared to 1 or 2% that is charged for other type of subcontractors. As you can see, this is a much higher rate. The second red flag is that there has been a couple of adjustments in requests to the design. This has created some discrepancies. Another red flag is the fact that we're waiting for some work to be done. For one reason or another, work is not being completed as scheduled. We also received potentials of mechanic liens being filed against the property. We also learned that there is a potential of a bankruptcy within the subcontractor. How is the company or how is the subcontractor entangled with the contractor? Some of the questions that come up are we liable for payments to the supplier? Is the general contractor liable for these companies? Can liens be filed against the property? Now, assuming that the subcontractor sells their receivables to a collection agency, can those collection agencies come after us? In this case, the general contractor. There's been a couple of the subcontractor had indicated that they are solvent, that they're able to, or that they have enough cash flow to pay for their items. We have discovered, however, that their chief executive office has left the company. And through a few phone calls, we also have discovered that the subcontractor might be filing for bankruptcy. We're trying to anticipate the risk and what are our obligations as a general contractor. Can liens be filed against the project if they are not paid? If the subcontractor sells the receivable, can the collection agency come after us for payments? The project could be affected. The finances and how profitable the project is could be affected since we'll be in charge or we'll be liable to pay for all the bills twice to the subcontractor and to any other third party that they haven't paid. So due to the circumstances, we're going to have to come up with some solutions. Here's some strategies to deal with this matter. First of all, we can stop payment to the subcontractor immediately. This will help us out in the long run because we'll be able to take some of that money and pay the parties that haven't been paid. We could also review the contracts and see if there's any special clauses that would allow us to arrange for joint checks. Joint checks are basically payments that will be issued to the subcontractor and the suppliers or other subcontractors. We should also notify the client just to keep them on the loop as to what's going on currently. And finally, consult with the legal department. They'll have the knowledge and expertise to give us advice and let us know what could be done to alleviate this matter and prevent further issues. After all this is handled, what can we do in the future to avoid this type of situations. First of all, we should carefully review all contractors and subcontractors to make sure that they have the expertise and they're responsible enough to complete the work and pay vendors. We could also demand for joint checks. As I stated before, joint checks are payments that are made to the subcontractor, suppliers, or other parties. We could also demand for lien waivers when we sign the contract. That way, if something happened, they can't come and just put a lien against the property. We should also ask for a payment bonds in case that the subcontractor defaults. We can call the bond company and have them pay. And lastly, open communication. I believe that open communication is crucial to make sure that everyone is on board. And if there are some issues, we can help handle those issues before they become major. Well, those are my suggestions. Thank you.